Welcome to the live. In the next, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, Hank and I are just gonna have an open conversation with you guys. Keep you guys what filled or updated on what's going on with us and what we've been doing. And that's it. Hank, how are you doing though?
Man, I'm blessed, Leland, and I know that some people hear that and they go like, "Oh, that's superficial." But you know my travel, you know my road, you know what you and I've been talking about. How I was over the last 3 or 4 days, I was contacted by individuals that I graduated from college with years ago, and they found me, and I'm blown away. So and then I was telling you about a contractor that not that I was dealing with. I wasn't even negotiating. They gave me an estimate to get a job done, and I said okay. And they talked to me, and next thing I know, they reduced the estimate of the contract just through having a nice, friendly conversation by almost $1,000. I don't know if other people encounter things like that. So when I say I'm blessed, I'm blessed to be alive, but I'm also blessed that I can make a difference,
Amen.
you know? So
Amen.
in the idea of making a difference, um why are we having this discussion today?
So there's a lot of things that, as everyone knows, the economy is the economy, right? The overall economy in reference to the world, the United States, it is what it is. And at the moment, Hank and I cannot hop in our amazing helicopters and what are those other gadgets they have nowadays, Hank, where you can like kind of slingshot, to the moon or whatever, or hover the Earth or something like that. That
I don't know, but technology is confounding. You know, that's the only thing I
so
can say. Confounding, and there are people who want to do that, and I keep asking why.
yeah.
Oh, why?
Well,
Why?
okay. So real quick before we get in that part,
Hmm.
since we cannot rain dollars from all of those gadgets, right? Those gizmos,
Okay.
just throw money out the air. What we want to make a difference. We want to do something that's really going to have a positive impact on others,
Yes, sir.
and part of that, like when we speak with you all, like when you guys call us, we have one-on-ones, when you guys
Hmm.
are having your one-on-one with Hank, when I'm on the phone with you guys one-on-one and you guys are talking, like we're actually listening and we're taking your feedback. We're letting it marinate. And one of the things that people said, a lot of people said, is that they would love to invest in different things
Hmm. Hmm.
if they had the additional money to invest in different things, right? And so,
Or someone that would hold their hand.
yes, or someone that would help them to at least get those initial things started.
Okay.
So, what we've done is we've done actually a lot of things. One of the things that we've done is we have created an app that is accessible to anyone who has a Apple or iPhone, anyone who has
Android.
Android or Google Play Store, right? It's on those and it's 100% free. It costs you nothing.
And it's secure.
And it's secure.
And it's secure, right?
No one's stealing your data. Okay. None of that crazy stuff that
Or
goes on
selling your data.
or selling your data. That's correct.
Yeah.
We're not doing that either.
Hmm.
So, um, because of that, we wanted to make more information available and keep it in a concise package that is literally your phone, okay, your cell phone. Oops, literally your cell phone. And by
Hmm.
doing so, um, we want you to then take action, use those things to earn more money, to do things to obtain more money, so that you can go ahead and invest in yourself and invest in assets that are going to be for longevity for you, your family, et cetera, et cetera. So
And Leland, and people go, oh, another app. And I'm not a gadget guy, and that's what I'm thinking. Oh, another app. Um, I have a smart device, but I personally prefer to do something on a laptop. I that's that's my level of comfort. But I think that 3 months ago you launched something, and because you launched that, and through discussions with individuals who took you up on your offer, the app was created, and then you've been able to create some things in addition to the app that I won't say guarantee success for people, but it makes the path of success less cumbersome.
It makes failing a whole lot harder.
Well, you know, well, I like the way you, I like the way you do, I like like the way you said that, because I was just sitting here thinking, because sometimes we ask ourselves, one, what's important,
Hmm.
and two, how much is enough,
Right.
you know? And and I, and one of the things that I struggle with is I'm a bottom line sort of guy. So being a bottom line sort of guy, I might miss some of the details.
Hmm.
And there are some people who are heavily into details and they forget the simplicity.
Right.
So somewhere in life there's this balance that we have to know, like Kenny Rogers said, you have to know when to hold them and you have to know when to fold them. And within our ears, we may not have the discernment, the understanding, the intellect to be able to know when something is enough. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, so some people, we talked about this app. Some people won't take you up on your offer because of fear.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to.
Um, or they may hear what you have to say and they will waste time looking for a better offer than downloading the app and give it a whirl.
It costs you nothing to download the app. Just FYI.
But it costs you a hell of a lot if you don't get out of your own way.
Absolutely. Every time.
Okay. So, as I've said a couple times, people have been bamboozled and hoodwinked and taken advantage of, and told that they weren't good enough and they can't and all this other stuff. And somewhere along the line, they've created within themselves a certain level of doubt or mistrust.
That's right.
And a friend of mine said some years ago, and she said it, and I chuckled, and people around me looked at me like I was crazy because she was being serious. Well, you know me, I smile a lot and I laugh a lot because I look at things, I have a different perspective. But what she talked about was you cannot outwork doubt.
That's deep. Say that
And
again,
if
Hank. That's
yes,
good.
you can't. So if you are doubting certain things, then you are now dragging this steamer trunk of doubt around with you everywhere, even though opportunities are continuing entering the way. You can't go through the the 8-speed gearbox if you got too much junk in your trunk.
Hmm, that's true.
So why did you create this app? What's the purpose of this app?
So this app is called Asset Builders Club, and it is to help people go from zero to having multiple, 5 and 6 figures in reference to assets and passive income. And when we started off doing was we opened up something called the apprenticeship program. And the apprenticeship program is to allow others the ability to work within our company so that they can learn the basics of wholesaling so that within either 90 days or 9 months they have the ability to go out on their own and create their own business
Mm-hmm.
by closing deals. So within the apprenticeship program, we hop on the phones with individuals. We actually help them with the negotiations. So when it's time to talk to a buyer, talk to a seller, we're on the phone with them. We also we provide them marketing, websites, phone systems,
Wait a
uh,
minute.
email marketing, text
Wait a minute.
marketing.
Whoa. Time out. I'm sorry.
It's true.
From my perspective, this is you're giving away the store, or it's too good to be true. So I guess my question to you is, why why aren't you running your program like the other folk running their programs?
Fair question. So we understand that there are people in the market, there are organizations, companies in the market who are selling information, information in reference to making money using real estate. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
We also understand that those individuals, they really have no vested interest in your success. So when I'm speaking with you guys, I'm learning that many of you all have spent $10,000, $6,000. A few of you have spent $20,000 um, to learn how to invest, to learn how to invest in real estate, to learn how to invest in businesses, etc. And you had no success. And the reason that there was truly no success is because there's no buy-in. Like there was no benefit for John, whoever sold you that product, to actually want you to succeed. And so
Mm-hmm.
what we've done with the apprenticeship program is not only do we want you to succeed, but it becomes mutually beneficial that both succeed. So now when you close a deal using our systems, our list, our leads, et cetera,
Mm-hmm.
not only are you learning the process that you can then use for the rest of your life, but we also split that revenue with you 50-50. Whereas in other cases where people are charging 10, 20, $30,000 just for course information, you still don't have anyone who's actually willing to get into the trenches with you so you can actually learn and understand the process. The easiest way to learn how to do something is to walk beside someone
Mm.
who already has the experience in doing it. What's really
Okay.
weird, Hank, is like when I talk to people about, just about investing in general,
Mm-hmm.
and for those who want to do it on their own, I ask them like, how is it that as a child, we all understand as children that the best way to learn how to walk is to either walk behind your loved one, your parent, whomever, or to grab that person's hand, right, as you're slowly
Mm-hmm.
learning how to walk.
Mm-hmm.
But as adults, for some reason, because here's the thing: imagine a child wants to learn how to walk. You give a child a quote unquote best selling book or a best
Don't.
that
Oh,
is in
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. It's like, you remember I said doubt and I started to laugh. I get it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
right.
Sorry.
So imagine like seriously, you have a I don't know, a 6 month old, 8 month old child. And
Mhm.
you know that child wants to learn how to walk. You know that if that child learns how to walk, that would be a foundational step that they can use with them for the rest of their life.
Gotcha.
The ability to teach an 8 month old child how to walk, you can't really put a price tag on it because it's something that they're going to learn how to do for the
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
rest of their healthy life.
Okay.
Right. So we
Okay.
can't put a price tag on that.
Okay.
But what if someone said, hey, little Johnny, you want to walk, don't you, boy? Johnny's like, yes, I want to walk. They say, okay, cool. Well, what I've done is I put all the best techniques to walk in this book, and all you have to do, little Johnny, is read all of my highlighted sections. And once you do that,
But Leland, I don't know how to read. I don't know how to read, Leland.
oh, don't worry about it. Once you get the book will teach you how to read. Okay.
You know what? The correlation that I just made to what you're saying is People get the pieces of puzzles of life spewing all out on the table, and they don't know what life looks like
Have no
because
idea.
they have watched too much TV. They have chased the Joneses until they haven't sat and determined what life means to them and how they plan to get from point A to point B, with the understanding that that journey may not be easy.
That's correct.
So, what I think I heard you say is that this journey, not only are you writing the book, but you're helping them to turn over pieces of this puzzle of their life as they continue to put together this montage of their future.
Absolutely. Just like, so as another example, that child that is just learning how to walk, and Hank,
Hmm.
you made a good point, which was, how do I how do I read this, right?
Hmm.
It's it becomes difficult to do something for the first time if you don't know what you're doing.
Aha. Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay.
no matter how many books you happen to read,
Hmm.
it still becomes difficult when you can't do something for the first time.
Hmm.
I mean, there's no way around it. It becomes difficult because it's your
May,
first time doing it.
may I interject?
Absolutely.
Because, and we're talking, the analogy we read is reading. There are some people who are speed readers, and they'll read 1,000-page book in 2 or 3 hours.
And
But just
understand.
because they are fast readers, they don't realize that they're not fast learners.
Yeah.
So they read fast and they didn't get it. And now they're scratching their heads and their butts going like, now, but wait a minute, I read the book. Okay.
Yep.
So is your program for the fast readers and the slow readers, the fast learners and the slow learners?
I might dare to say my program is for the metaphorically illiterate. Okay.
That's
Because
me. That's me.
because here's what I found out. All jokes aside, like being serious with you guys, here's what I found out. There are some people that they believe they know everything. There
Are
are
you reading
some
my
people.
notes? Are you reading my notes?
It,
Overestimate their abilities. Go ahead.
there are some people. There are
Okay.
some people because they listened to a sales pitch from someone, and the
Uh-huh.
person said, "All you need is my book." So they got this person's book. They read this person's book, and really, and so they feel as though that they know what they're doing. And really, Hank, this is something that really ticks me off, though. Seriously, society is so crappy in regards to this. We have indoctrinated people to think that when you complete various, I'm gonna call them tasks. When
Mm-hmm.
you because you complete a task, it qualifies you for the thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So give a quick example.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just because just because a physician completes college, medical school, and let's say they pass their various exams,
Mm-hmm.
that does not make them an expert.
No, it does not.
It just
It
meant
does
that they
not.
passed it. So
Yeah.
when I'm speaking to people, and that when I'm saying metaphorically, that person who thinks they know it all because they read a book, but they have not actually they have no true knowledge by practicing that thing. They're not a practitioner of that thing.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And I'll be real with you, I don't like to work with people like that because they think they know so much from the book that when it comes time to actually put it in practice, it becomes more difficult for me to unwire.
Ah, that was. I hope people didn't miss what you just said about the unwiring, because as you read something, you get a certain picture in your mind, a certain concept, a philosophy, a certain strategy that you created. But now you talk to someone who is truly walking the talk,
Yeah.
and now you might be somewhat perplexed because you're saying, well, that's not what I read, or that's not what I thought, or that's not what I know. So they become somewhat argumentative or frustrated because they read the book,
Because they read the book.
or because Hank said, or John said, or my brother said, or my cousin said, or my frat brother said, my pastor said.
That's a dangerous one right there. Yeah. My pastor said.
Okay. And I'm just saying that we all have a tendency to listen to someone that we think have our best interests at heart.
Yeah.
But do they?
Well, not well.
Whomever you
It's
listen.
it's not just. It's like I'm gonna take it a step further. One of
Mhm.
the things that's really scary is in society we have been trained to believe that if you complete a task, that by you completing that task, it
Mhm.
qualifies you for the thing,
Yeah, you're successful. Yep.
and it does not. The only thing that qualifies you for the thing is mastery in that thing. The only way to get mastery in a thing
Mhm.
is by doing
Doing
the
the
thing.
thing. Do-
Now, a way to get better at doing the thing
is to
is
do
by
more things.
finding someone who does the thing and you do it with that person. As a matter of
Ah,
fact,
okay.
before we had
Is
college,
that synergy?
that's synergy. That's
Okay.
synergy. That's
Okay.
network. That's community. Before we had college, we used to have this thing called apprenticeships. And so at the age of 12, and I'm talking like, centuries ago, at the age of 12, a child would go to their parent and their parent would dictate what that child would do for a profession of their
That's right.
life
In
as
life.
the
Yes,
best
it
way
would.
to implement, train, and protect the family.
Mm,
So it didn't
mm.
matter if you enjoyed, painting watercolors with your hands. If your parents said, "Hey, the best way you can help this household or help this family grow is for you
Mhm.
to be a brick mason," then guess what happened the next day?
You learn to be a mason.
You want to be a brick mason, and so you would go to the local master brick mason. Your parent would say, hey, John, this is my child, little Bill, and little Bill is going to be a brick mason to make our family proud.
Mm, mm, mm.
Mr. John, I want you to teach my son to become a master brick mason so that he can make our family proud. And little John would learn by shadowing, by doing, and by modeling after the master. And just so everyone
Mhm.
knows, the word master does not mean. I know this is crazy how
Owner.
this it doesn't mean owner. It doesn't mean owner.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think that's one of the misconceptions. When people think of master, think of something that rules over them. That's not what that word means. The
Mm,
etymology for the word master is teacher.
okay.
Teacher.
Now, my, I'm sitting here because I'm excited. I've seen the app, and what people don't know, Leland, is that this apprenticeship program is about 2 months old,
Hmm.
and the people who started on day one are becoming masters today,
Are.
and they are teaching people who are entering into the process. But the tools that they used and we had available to them at day one have been continually modified because some of the individuals that are in the program are eager to achieve success in this. In fact, we've got one person that I know of who quit her daytime job as a hygienist, as a dental hygienist,
That's right.
okay, and is closing a deal this week.
That's right. Matter of fact, hold on. Not just that, we have. I mean, I'm sorry, Hank. We got people that are really doing some good stuff. That's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And they're excited. Leland, I've had the opportunity to talk to some of the individuals one on one, where I set up a Zoom meeting and I talk to them one on one. And let me tell you what they've been saying to me. To me, they are surprised at the cost of the program in comparison to other programs that are out there. They consider being part of what it is that we are doing a no-brainer. They enjoy the mentorship that happens, the creation of or the change of mindsets, the hand holding, um, and all of those things that are coming as part of the program. And they said that they don't feel that they're being taken advantage of. In fact, some want to stay around to help others.
I know. No, that's awesome. That's
But
crazy. And
but
it's
but
all,
Leland, hang on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. People who listen, please. I talk a lot. If you know me, you know I talk a lot. But Leland, that's a testament to you and your vision and your commitment to help other people. And it shows. It shows. And I want to just thank you for your tolerance.
I want so I want to say something to you, and I don't, and I'm not going to use any names. We have people in the apprenticeship that have battled health issues and
Hmm.
are still and are actually closing deals. We have
Hmm.
people in the apprenticeship that live on the West Coast and are closing deals on the East Coast, right?
Hmm.
Properties that they have never seen before. They have never stepped foot in the state. Okay,
Hmm.
they never had to physically shake a hand with an owner. They're able to do these things online. We have built technologies and automations that allow people to send e-signs, allows them to send different agreements via
Hmm.
technology. Make
Yeah,
it
take
like
us right.
make it to make it as easy as possible. We have people that have been um, incarcerated, that have been released, and that are doing very well in the program. Um,
Folk with GEDs and MDs and PhDs and everything in between.
yes, so I'm. It does bring me joy to know that one, people find value in it, but also it makes a positive impact. And this is something that a person can take with them for the rest of their life.
Leland, and I'm not rushing. I know that you've got something else. Excuse me for licking my fingers. I'm a country boy. That was the last. And I grew up poor, so we licked our fingers to get that last little bit of whatever it was. Okay. Here's something that I learned. For those who, can you read that?
More than 40%. Yes, sir. That's all I can see.
Okay. Okay. More than 40% of Americans have side jobs to make ends meet.
Hmm.
Now, and it didn't say who, 40%. So if
40%.
you're a doctor, 40%. If you're an attorney, 40%. If you're a CPA, 40%.
Hmm.
High school education, 40% is 40%. The point I'm trying to make is this. What makes you so special? Because you're in the 41st percentile.
For how long?
Because the point is, are you going to be top of the bottom or bottom of the top?
For how long?
That's absolutely correct. And I don't want people to be afraid of and let what they hear politically or economically drive them. But we were talking about the flood in Florida, and I'm not trying to be macabre about anything. Last week, this time, people were warned to get the hell out of Dodge. Please go to safety. And what did a lot of them do? Nah, the meteorologists, those weather folk, they don't know what they talking about. I've lived here all my life. I ain't worried. I hope, I hope that they had a good relationship with the maker. Point I'm making is don't get so comfortable with your sense of what's possible or what's real or what's what.
Mm.
Okay? 40%. And if you believe that there might be a recession, whatever the heck that means, coming within the next year, and lots of companies are cutting back on expansion and they're talking about cutting workforce, don't become a victim because you're in the 60%. Because when the 40%'s gone, okay, then they're gonna come after you. So get ahead of the game. Get something and and go fly some kites. Have fun. Have fun. Do a couple deals a month, and you will live comfortably for the rest of your life.
That's right. And you will always know how to do it. You can always grow from there. You can create a business. I mean,
And
and
you can
then
help other people. You can, you know what? You can become the master.
there you
You
go.
can then do what Leland's doing, what we're doing.
Yep, because again, master does not mean ruler. Master means someone that it means actually the word master means skilled teacher in Latin.
Mm, 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 mm.
That's all it means. Skilled teacher, which became chief. That's what the word master means. Okay.
So, Master, I just want to thank you for allowing me to hitch my horse to your wagon or my wagon to your horse.
And y'all, I'm telling y'all, we about to help more people.
And you know what? And my dad used to say, "Boy, you got to get in while the getting's good," because we don't want to, but there are only so many seats in the classroom.
Yeah, we can only help so many people at a time. That's true.
That's all that we could, so if you join and we don't get a chance to hold your hand the way you think you should, please don't rain on us, because this is a marathon we're running. This is not a sprint. And if you're a sprinter and you expect to have success, you said, okay, he said 90 days, I'm going to be doing it. That's all well and good, but just know that there's a window from 0 to 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
this is not really a race. You don't have to worry about being the head of the class. It's the idea that get to know all that you know, that you can know, and you'll never work again in life.
See you guys next time.
Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity. Bless you, everybody.